So what's going on here? Amazing. Oh no. Oh no, what's going on? This Michael truly is useless. Marius, what about you? Please wait for me. Ruben-sama. Oh, our Ruben-sama is gonna be in big trouble. Hello minisan, ohai, konnichiwa, konbanwa to all my senpai out there, and welcome back to our channel. Right now we're gonna be reading our next life, chapter 6. Ikimasu. To our new companion, to our disgraceful Gusep. So they're just celebrating because Gusep lost his match against our MC. Cheers, let's party. Moved to tears from the taste of meat after so long. It's the first time in a very long time he tasted some meat. Delicious. It's finally a salty meat dish after all this time. In the forest, the flavors of the food were all unseasoned. I wonder what Ben and the others would say if they ever ate at a restaurant like this. They would surely be surprised by all the new food here, since they probably never been to a human town like this. Dolan would probably get angry, and Dolan would probably get angry at Ben for monopolizing all the steak after getting too caught up in the new food, and Anet would just drink her tea while warmly watching over the two. It would be great if such a day came. I wonder if they successfully escaped. It would also be good if they didn't get injured or meet any monsters on their journey. Yo, are you drinking? Yes, I'm drinking. Gustav-san. Although it's actually just a grape juice that I had the waiter secretly switch out. Man, that sure was refreshing. I don't know why, but whenever sometime happen, Gusep's very likely to come charging at you. Whenever he opens his mouth, all that comes out are spiteful remarks. On top of that, he'll come to you, demanding to be his magic practice partner and force you to trade with him. Yeah, and Captain was especially popular with him. He was just annoying just because he can use a bit of magic. He acts so high and mighty. Haha, he seems pretty hated. I guess it can be helped with a personality like that. If I remember correctly, wasn't the fire magic you used the lowest of the 13 magic levels? Even his specialty magic was rank 7, so why was it so easily crushed by magic of such lower rank? Of course, I hold these sort of suspicions. How would I explain it? How would I explain it in a way that he'll understand? Yes, this might work. The capability of a magician is just like the skill of a chef. Oh. Excuse me, could I borrow some eggs in a bowl, as well as some oil and frying pan? That's fine. But what are you going to use it for? Just some simple cooking. Thank you very much. Crack the eggs and frizzle some oil into frying pan. Fire. Whoa. Hey young man, would you mind not burning down the whole restaurant? Yes, I'll be careful. Cook the egg thoroughly while gently mixing it. It's done. It's just an omelette. Yes, it's just an omelette. And this time an omelette made by a pro. There's no need to compare since the difference is obvious. Even when you taste it, it's delicious. Who made this omelette? Huh, I was the one who made that. If you don't mind me asking, how many years of experience do you have with cooking? It's been around 30 years now since I started this restaurant. Is that so? I'm barely an amateur at this. In the country where I'm from, an omelette is the most basic of all eggs dishes. They say it directly portrays your skill, which makes it a very complicated dish. Just substitute the dish that a chef makes with the magic that a magician uses. For example, if we say that omelette is fire, and being just like that omelette is one of the first magics you learn. With enough practice, it can even have enough power to wipe out an entire town. I really don't get any of that, but anyway, let's continue, guys. So basically the omelette that an amazing chef makes is really delicious, no matter what sort of difficult dish I try to make. Since I'm still an amateur at cooking, there's no way I can beat the omelette that you make, and that's a fact. So it's something like that. But did you guys understand anything I just said? Yeah, it's quite confusing and long. I thought I had done a pretty good job in comparison, but it was a failure, huh? Honestly, I only heard part of it, so I didn't really understand all the magic things. But I somehow feel like I was praised a lot. Yeah, it sounds like that. Yeah, there's no doubt that Master's omelette is delicious. I got it. If we apply the reasoning to that duel today, then Giuseppe will be a third-rate cook, right? Yeah, I guess that would be correct. That's more easier to understand, huh? So that's what you meant. You sure say some pretty interesting things despite having such a young face. Wow. Aren't you gonna work for the Lord? Oh, well, if he permits it. You've shown us incredible skill. You'll definitely be welcome with high salary. Promise me, you won't become holy guy like Giuseppe after obtaining a powerful position. Haha, I can't guarantee that. What did you say? How are the pursuers? It seems like they're not coming. Sorry, I'm really sorry, Dulan, Ben. Even though we finally found a good home where we could live peacefully, we're on the run again because of me. And I even twisted my ankle. I'm just slowing you down, even while we're running away. What are you saying? That place certainly was easy to live in, but we already stored up a sufficient amount of food, so it was only a matter of time before we move again. In fact, I'd be more troubled over you getting depressed about something like this. If we compare this to what you've done for us, it doesn't even compare. Dulan, when I wasn't there, we would have died ages ago. And I am the one who's indebted to you guys. Good grief, this child is... Oh, a river. The grass is also growing nicely. There are no signs of monsters nearby. Let's rest here tonight. Marius, I wonder if he's okay. If it's him, I'm sure there will be no problems. Their eyes changed the minute they heard that he was a magician. They'll definitely welcome a magician as strong as him. And even if it doesn't work, he can just run away with his magic. That's true. He was a really nice person after all. True. I was initially really angry after being attacked like that, but he did his best to learn our language, just to communicate with us. Treating not only Anet but also us as friends. That was a first for us. Having such incredible magic power despite looking so weak. He really is a mysterious guy. Why is it that human and monsters can't get along with each other? Even though Dulan and Ben are so nice, Marius proved that I'm not the only human who can get along with monsters. I want to meet him again. I wonder if I'll get to see him again. Anet. Anet fell asleep, huh? She sure is tired from all the traveling and crying today. It would be great if she could at least have a good time in her dreams. So we're back to a traveling lifestyle for a while. Every time this happens, I feel regret. That if only I had properly persuaded Anet at that time. In a remote village, Anet's ability is just a threat. I should have known what would happen. It's the same for me. If only at that village if I'd never run into Anet, she would still happily be at that village. No, it's useless to regret that past since you can't change it. Even if she didn't meet us, with a personality like hers, she would have continued to help other monsters and sooner or later. Hey, do you think there's a country somewhere where us monsters and humans can live together? I don't know, but I've heard that in order to go to another country, you have to cross something called a national border. A national border, huh? There are probably plenty of strong soldiers guarding it. When worst comes to worst, what happens to us doesn't matter. But it would be nice to see peaceful days, full of happiness where Anet can no longer needs to run. Yeah. I know it's bad for me to expect this from someone whom I just met, but I'm relying on you, Marius. Okay, what's going on? Amazing. This Michael truly is useless. Marius, what about you? Please wait for me. Ruben-sama. Roses are red, violets are blue. If you act like a bitch, you die like a bitch. And minasan, that's the end of chapter 6 of the next life. And I'll see you on the next chapter. And honto ni minasan arigatou gozaimashita for waiting and for all the greetings that you made. And thank you so much. Minasan honto ni arigatou gozaimashita. And yoroshiku onegaishimasu. And otsukare sama deshita. Kyousukete kudasai. Ja ne.